This is episode 100. Welcome to Wellness in Every Season, the podcast where we explore the rich tapestry of wellness in all its forms. I'm your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach turned wellness coach, as well as a certified parenting coach, dedicated to empowering others to rediscover their identity in their current season of life. My goal is to help you thrive both as an individual and as a parent. Welcome to episode 100 of Wellness in Every Season, titled Finding Your Life Purpose. I can't believe we reached this milestone together. Whether you've been here since the beginning or joining for the first time, I am grateful to have you here for this very special episode. Today, we're diving into the topic that feels so close to my heart, finding your life purpose. For me, discovering my purpose completely shifted how I approached not just my work, but my entire life. When I found life coaching during my last semester of undergrad, it was like a light turned on. I realized I had found the thing that energized me, the thing that I would honestly pay to do. And to be able to turn that into my work, it's been one of the greatest gifts of my life. And here's the thing, I want that for you too. I want you to experience that sense of alignment and energy, to wake up each day knowing that what you're doing matters to you and fills your life with meaning. Purpose doesn't have to be tied to a career. It can be about relationships, passions, or even how you show up for yourself. No matter where you are in your journey, I believe you have a unique purpose waiting to be discovered. In this episode, I'll share what I've learned about finding purpose, both from my own journey and from helping others uncover theirs. We'll explore practical steps to start the process, touch why progress matters more than perfection, and dig into how purpose connects to your wellness, your passions, and the life you want to create. Whether you're feeling stuck, searching for direction, or just curious about what might be next for you, I hope this episode gives you that spark you need to take that next step. Let's jump in. What is life purpose and why does it matter? When we talk about life purpose, it's easy to think of it as this big, lofty idea that's hard to pin down. But the truth is, your purpose is simply the thing that gives your life meaning, the thing that makes you feel most alive. It's not about having it all figured out or chasing some perfect dream. It's about discovering what energizes you, what aligns with your values, and what makes you excited to wake up every day. So why does this matter? When you're connected to your purpose, everything else starts to fall into place. Decisions become clearer, you naturally prioritize what matters, and your wellness improves in every dimension. Whether it's emotional, physical, or even financial, purpose provides a guiding light that keeps you focused even during difficult times. It helps you stay grounded and resilient, giving you the strength to move forward when life feels uncertain. Think of it this way. When you know why you're here and what you're meant to do, you're no longer just surviving. You're thriving. And that sense of alignment brings a flow to your life that feels most magical. Opportunities start to appear, the right people come into your circle, and you feel more capable of navigating whatever comes your way. As I mentioned earlier, discovering my purpose in life coaching transformed how I approach my days. I went from feeling unsure about my next steps to feeling energized and confident in my path. And that's what I want for you too. In this section, I want you to reflect on what brings meaning and fulfillment in your life. What energizes you? What aligns with your values? These are the clues to uncovering your unique purpose. Once you start exploring your life purpose, the next step is figuring out how to align your life with it. One of the most important tools for this is identifying your non-negotiables. These are things you absolutely need in your life to feel aligned and purposeful, or absolutely don't need as well. The activities, relationships, or boundaries that support your wellness and help you stay focused on what truly matters. Think about it. How much of your time and energy is spent on things that don't align with your values or purpose? When we're constantly saying yes to things that don't matter, we're not just wasting time, we're draining the energy we could be using to build a life of meaning and fulfillment, the life of our dreams. So what are non-negotiables? They're the things that you refuse to compromise on because they bring you closer to your purpose. For me, one of my non-negotiables is having open space in my day to reflect, plan, and even just breathe. This space allows me to show up fully in my relationships, align with my calling as a coach, and nurture my sense of purpose. I include this time in my miracle morning and miracle evening routines, And I also schedule it before and after coaching calls to ensure I can be fully present and give each of my clients exactly what they need. Even if they're just on a coaching sales call, it matters to me. For you, a non-negotiable might be carving out time for a relationship that fills your heart, setting boundaries with people or commitments that pull you away from your calling, or dedicating time to a hobby that lights you up. The key is to get clear on what matters most and to guard those things fiercely, because another non-negotiable for me is my relationship with my husband and each of my children. I have to make sure that I have boundaries between coaching, business stuff, and family time, and things that light me up, separate from all of that. Pickleball is my newest thing. So when you protect these priorities, you create the foundation for living a life deeply connected to your purpose. Here's how to get started. Take a moment to reflect on your day-to-day life. What activities or commitments energize you and align with your purpose? Which ones drain you or feel like obligations rather than priorities? Write these down. From there, decide which activities are truly non-negotiable and need to be prioritized, and which ones can you start letting go of. By focusing your time and energy on the things that truly matter, you create space for purpose to flourish. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. Let's take a moment to reflect on your day-to-day life and connect with what truly matters. Begin by finding a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor and your hands resting in your lap. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable and take 3 deep, slow breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. As you breathe, feel the sensation of your feet connecting to the ground beneath you, anchoring you in this moment. Now shift your focus inward. Picture a soft light at the center of your chest, growing warmer and brighter with each breath. This light represents your purpose, your unique energy, and the things that bring meaning to your life. Let it guide your thoughts as you reflect on your daily activities and commitments. Ask yourself, what energizes me and brings me closer to my purpose? Think about the moments that light you up, the relationships that fill your heart, or the work that feels meaningful and aligned. Visualize these things vividly. See yourself engaged in these activities or surrounded by these people. Notice how your body feels as you picture them. Maybe you feel lighter, calmer, or more grounded. Next, consider the opposite. What drains my energy or feels like an obligation rather than a priority? Picture these commitments or situations, but instead of dwelling on them, imagine gently setting them down, like placing a heavy bag on the ground. Feel the release as you let go of what no longer serves you. Now bring your attention back to the light at your chest. Imagine it expanding outward, filling your entire body with a sense of clarity and purpose. Visualize your life with your non-negotiables front and center. Picture yourself protecting time for relationships that matter, nurturing your passions, and aligning your energy with what truly fulfills you. When you're ready, take another deep breath and slowly open your eyes. Carry this sense of clarity with you and let it inspire one small action you can take today to prioritize what matters most. By grounding yourself in your non-negotiables, you're not just letting go of what doesn't serve you, you're actively creating a life of alignment and meaning. Once you've identified your non-negotiables and let go of what doesn't serve you, the next step is taking intentional action towards living your purpose. It's one thing to know what energizes you and aligns with your values. It's another to weave these things into your daily life. This is where progress beats perfection, a concept we explore deeply in episode 98. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I encourage you to check it out for tips on embracing the journey instead of waiting for everything to be perfect. Living with purpose doesn't mean waiting for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place. It's about starting where you are, with what you have, and building from there. For example, if your purpose involves deepening a relationship, that might look like sending a thoughtful message, scheduling a dinner, or simply being present in a conversation. If it's connected to your career, it might mean researching opportunities, signing up for a class, or dedicating 30 minutes a day to developing a new skill or project. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Purposeful living is about consistency, not grand gestures. Each small step creates momentum and builds confidence. helping you move closer to a life that feels aligned and fulfilling. As you take action, you'll start to notice how your energy shifts, how it becomes easier to say yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. And as you move forward, your purpose will feel less like an abstract idea and more like an active, tangible part of your life. It's also important to give yourself permission to adjust as you go. Your purpose might evolve, and that's okay. Purposeful living is a journey, not a destination. What matters is that you stay open, curious, and willing to grow along the way. Even a small pivot can open up new possibilities you hadn't considered before. But I know this process can feel overwhelming, especially if you're not sure where to start or if fear is holding you back. If you're feeling stuck here, reach out. I'd love to help you work through this. Sometimes all it takes is a little guidance to see your path more clearly and to feel empowered to take that first step. Here's a thought to reflect on. What's one small, intentional step you can take today to align with your purpose? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to move you forward. Remember, action is what turns dreams into reality. Every small step you take brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. Before we continue, I have a quick announcement. I've got my own short ad coming up where you can learn a little bit more about me and how I can help you on your journey to wellness and purpose. But don't go away. We're just getting started. There's still so much more to explore to help you uncover your passions and align your life with your purpose. Coming up, we'll dive into how your purpose connects to the flow of wellness in every area of your life. And I'll share some coaching questions designed to spark clarity and action. So stick with me, you won't want to miss it. Before we dive into our next key points, I want to take a quick moment to say that the best way you can support me and this podcast is by purchasing one of my programs, signing up for one-on-one coaching, and of course, sharing this show with others. Your support allows me to continue creating valuable content that empowers each of us to live more fully and embrace wellness every season of life. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. Now, let's dive into our next key point. Finding your purpose isn't about one aspect of your life. It creates a ripple effect that touches everything. When you're living with purpose, it feels like everything flows more easily. Decisions become clearer, relationships feel more meaningful, and even daily challenges feel less overwhelming because you know why you're doing what you're doing. Think about the different areas of wellness: emotional, physical, financial, social, and so on. When your life is aligned with your purpose, these areas don't compete with each other. For example, if your purpose is tied to building deep connections, you might find that prioritizing social wellness naturally supports your emotional wellness. If your purpose involves creative work, taking care of your physical health gives you the energy to pursue it. Purpose brings clarity and focus, making it easier to prioritize what matters most and let go of distractions. It allows your actions to align with your values, creating a sense of flow and harmony that makes life feel more fulfilling. So reflect on this. How does your purpose influence the areas of your life that feel most aligned right now? What small shifts can you make to bring that same sense of flow to other areas? As you begin to connect the dots, you'll see how purpose has the power to transform your entire life. If you're wondering where to start on your journey to finding your purpose, I've got a few quick and practical tips you can try. These aren't about solving everything all at once. They're about sparking ideas and creating momentum. Reflect on energy versus exhaustion. Take a moment to think about the past week. What activities gave you energy and left you feeling fulfilled? Write those down. Do the same activities that drained you or felt like obligations. Simple reflection can give you valuable clues about what aligns with your purpose and what doesn't. Visualize your ideal day. Close your eyes and imagine a day where everything feels purposeful and fulfilling. What are you doing? Who are you spending time with? Pay attention to the emotions and details that stand out. This exercise helps you tap into your deeper desires and values. Ask the big questions. If you're not sure where to start, try journaling these prompts. What would I do if I couldn't fail? What am I willing to do for free because I love it so much? What do people often thank me for or ask me for help with? These questions could help uncover patterns and passions you might not have noticed before. Experiment with curiosity. Purpose doesn't always reveal itself right away. Try new activities. Say yes to opportunities that spark curiosity. and be open to exploring. Sometimes discovering your purpose comes from the process of and learning what isn't for you. Find your tribe. Surround yourself with people who inspire and energize you. Join communities, connect with mentors, or seek out relationships that align with your values and passions. Purpose often grows stronger when you're supported by like-minded individuals. If you feel stuck or want a little more guidance, remember that I am here to help. I want to help. Purposeful living is a journey, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. These small, intentional actions will help get you there. Living with purpose isn't just about feeling fulfilled. It's also deeply connected to your overall wellness. When you align with your purpose, it's easier to make choices that support every dimension of your well-being, from emotional to physical, social to spiritual. Think about how stress affects your health. When you're disconnected from your purpose, stress often feels overwhelming because your actions lack meaning or alignment. On the other hand, when you're living purposefully, challenges become more manageable because you're grounded into your why. Purpose acts like a compass, helping you navigate stress, setbacks, and uncertainty with greater resilience. Purpose also fuels motivation. When you know why you're doing something, it's easier to stay committed to wellness practices, whether that's eating well, moving your body, or nurturing relationships. For example, if your purpose involves showing up fully for your loved ones, prioritizing your physical and mental health becomes a natural part of that equation. Even spiritual and social wellness thrive when you're living with purpose. Purpose helps you connect to something bigger than yourself. Whether that's a faith, a cause, or a community, maybe both, all of them, it gives meaning to your relationships and helps you build deeper, more intentional connections. The beauty of purpose is that it brings harmony to your life. When your actions align with your values, wellness in every area feels less like a chore and more like a flow. It's not about striving for perfection, but about creating balance and joy as you live intentionally. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, how can I align my wellness practices with my purpose? Maybe it's as simple as adjusting your morning routine to include something energizing, or choosing social activities that nurture meaningful relationships. When your purpose and wellness work together, you'll find that life becomes not only more fulfilling, but also more sustainable. Here are coaching questions to help you discover your life purpose. What activities make you feel most alive and energized? How can you incorporate more of them into your life? If fear or failure weren't a concern, what would you pursue right now? What values are most important to you? And how do they show up in your daily life? What commitments, relationships, or habits feel like they're draining your energy rather than fueling it? What is one thing you've done recently that brought you a sense of joy, meaning, or fulfillment? When you envision your ideal life, what are the key elements that stand out? Who inspires you? And what about their life or choices resonate with you? How can you create space, physically, emotionally, or mentally, for what truly matters to you? What small, intentional step can you take today to move closer to aligning with your purpose? What would your life look like if you were living fully aligned with your purpose? What's stopping you from starting that journey now? You can find these questions written out, as well as all the other ones throughout this, in the transcripts on my website at wellnessineveryseason.com/podcast-transcripts, or in the show notes for easy reference. Take your time with them and don't feel pressured to answer all at once. This is your journey. These questions are here to guide you, spark reflection, and help you take those first small steps towards uncovering your unique life purpose. Thank you for joining me today for this milestone episode of Wellness in Every Season. Finding your life purpose is a deeply personal journey, and I hope this episode has given you tools, insights, and encouragement to take that next step. Whether it's reflecting on your non-negotiables, exploring your passions, or aligning your wellness practices with your purpose, remember that this process is not about perfection, it's about progress. Living with purpose brings clarity, focus, and fulfillment to every area of your life. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And as you begin to take intentional steps forward, know that I'm here to support you. If you're feeling stuck or need guidance, don't hesitate to reach out. Coaching is what I'm passionate about because I love helping people discover their own path to a purposeful and balanced life. I'd also love your help in spreading the word about this podcast. If you found value in this episode, please share it with someone who might need a little inspiration on their journey. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one or explore any of my programs, you can learn more at wellnessineveryseason.com. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey with me. Here's to embracing your purpose, living intentionally, and finding wellness in every season of life. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep moving toward the life you are meant to live. Thank you for joining me on Wellness in Every Season. Take time to relax, heal, and be present. Next week, we will be talking about how all areas of wellness are spiritual with Megan Edge. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. I am your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach dedicated to empowering individuals to rediscover their identity, find balance amidst chaos, strengthen relationships, and pursue their dreams. My goal is to help people thrive in every aspect of their lives. I hope today's discussion inspired you and offered valuable insights. Your shares, subscriptions, and reviews for this podcast help us reach more people seeking empowerment. So please spread the word about our podcast. Thank you for being a part of our podcast community, and I look forward to commuting. One last thing to cover the show legally. I am a certified life coach and a certified parenting coach, giving general advice. I have a bachelor's in applied health. Think of this more like a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes. This podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor or therapist. Because I don't know you personally, I'm not offering you personal advice. If you want personal one-on-one coaching, go to my website, wellnessineveryseason.com. I will see you in next week's episode. Bye. One last thing to cover this show legally. I am a certified life coach giving general advice, so think of this more like a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor, therapist, or any other qualified expert. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified coach, go to my website at wellnessineveryseason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me. See you in next week's episode.